It is funny that we are bombarded now with like female sports because of like the trans issue.
Yes, the big thing was the Penn swimmer.
Penn, yeah.
University of Pennsylvania swimmer.
Just very recently.
Have you followed this story?
Yeah, there's been 2 swimmers very recently.
Yeah.
I thought one was Harvard, wasn't it?
I don't think so.
Is Penn Ivy League?
Penn's Ivy.
Oh, then it was Penn. Yeah, my bad.
Yeah. And there was a male swimmer who had gender reassignment or is undergoing it. Are you cutting this?
I got dun dun dun.
Oh man. And they transitioned.
Yeah.
And joined the women's swim team and started competing as a woman.
They showed up and they're like, we're going to meet some big swim trunks.
Are absolutely
dominating.
Just breaking all the Ivy League records in the pool, winning swimming races as if you know, it's exactly what everyone thought would happen.
Yeah, they went from 400 in the country to number 1.
But the ultimate irony is that all the women on the women's team are not happy about it.
Yeah.
They're furious.
Yeah, of course.
Because all of a sudden they're just being destroyed, dismissed.
Well,
they're turfs.
And it doesn't seem fair to them.
Tell me, we love the turf. We're turfs.
But it's like, this is the University of Pennsylvania, where you would expect that the female student body would be very progressive and embracing.
Would you?
Stuff.
I don't know.
Yeah, sure. Because
once it's a university, whatever.
Well, it's one of the top universities.
Top athletes don't have any.
Yeah, but it's not like I mean,
all they want to do is win at all costs.
Yeah.
So I actually don't blame someone who transitions and then dominates a sport. It's like they wanted it more. It's like it is. How much do you want it? How much do you want it every day? And they go, all right, I'm going to just lob into the easy leagues. Yeah. I'm going to jump into the easy leagues for a few years.
But
grow my hero.
Let's be honest, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's be honest.
Let's be absolutely honest here.
Let's
do it. This is getting clipped going on Instagram.
There, in my mind, there is nobody out there who would want to be so dominant in Ivy League swimming as to undergo gender reassignment procedures and hormone therapy and all of that.
That's a couple of tablets.
Like, I could understand.
A couple of tablets.
Like, what is the one?
Couple of tablets and some bad makeup. You're fine.
What's the one sport where it would be worth it? There's only one. There's really only one.
Tennis.
Tennis is the only one.
It's the only way you'd even come close to.
Because that's the
challenging against.
Yeah, where like if you were a mid-level, semi-pro male tennis player.
Yeah.
And you were like, God, I love tennis, but I'll never make $1 in the men's side.
You would win every tennis
game
for the rest of your
theoretically, switch to the women's tour and actually make real money.
Yeah.
That's the only one, though.
Yeah. Unless you were lucky. Yeah. I can't think of that.
I don't think that there are, like, women golfers are so good that even a great male golfer or a solid male golfer couldn't transition and then
you don't
be
think?
heads and tails better on the LPGA.
Really?
I don't think so.
It's shorter, though, isn't it? The shorter
but dude, there are some women that bomb the ball.
Yeah.
Like Michelle Wee is tall. She hits the ball far, and then it's all the short game.
UFC. Go smash up Amanda Nunes.
That's probably...
UFC could be a good one.
A good one, too.
And then people would be more pissed off because you're just absolutely pummeling some little woman to the ground. Like there's one thing to lap someone or to be spiking the fucking volleyball at someone's face, but like to be out there just doing a fucking
kneeing their cheekbones.
just fucking whacking them in the ovaries. Whack! How's that feel? You're wearing a cup. First female fucking athlete wearing a cup. Yeah, it's dangerous territory. This is, but it kind of.
You mean for us?
I don't know. Yeah,
I think we've presented this in a somewhat nuanced fashion.
I've said this, and the people are probably annoyed with me for saying this so much. What I do find is magic when you listen to these people and you go, the trans athletes, and you go, do you feel like when you were a man or identified as a man, you went through all that testosterone naturally? Do you think that's given you like an unfair advantage? And they're like, no, I was just like born to be one of the best athletes of all time. It's like, sorry, so you think not only are you trans, which is like one of the rarest possible things, not only are you trans, but the person that you trans into is also one of the greatest athletes of all time? What are the odds of those two things happening? Does that make sense?
I think I understand.
Don't you realize that they're cheating? Don't you realize that you're cheating?
Yeah, but here's the thing, dude. Again, this is what I'm saying, is that I don't think that these people are doing this for advantage in sport.
I think they're doing it because they're mentally ill. I agree. Francis gets it. Turfs. Ho, ho.
That's a level of...
Hit us with the turf sound drop, will you?
Like, nobody cares. I don't think anyone cares about collegiate swimming enough to be like, for the sake of me advancing in the sport, I'm going to switch to the women's team.
But you do think that they should be like, I'm going to transition. And then, you know what? I can't swim. I'm not going to just dominate these swimming leagues anymore.
I think that... I don't know. Personally, I think that, you know, if you have swum on the men's team before and you transition, you should continue swimming on the men's team.
Yeah,
I think that's just what is fair. And you can be a trans person, and you can absolutely don't be excluded from college athletics, of course. But if you have set a precedent as having competed in a certain league or on which side of the gender fence, then that should be where you continue to compete.
Yeah. So if you're a bad swimmer and you're not on the males team, then you transition, you're allowed to be on the female team.
I would say that if there's a female swimmer, and this is where it gets tricky, right? If there's a female swimmer who swims on the women's team and wants to have gender reassignment and become a man,
was she going to be the water boy?
And then starts taking tons of testosterone therapy and all that. Are they going to be required to, or will they just keep swimming on the women's team? Because now they're getting drugs that would actually help them on a competitive level.
Estrogen will not benefit you.
I don't think so. I mean, maybe. But
less hair, you're in the water.
They can just shave it off, and that's what they all do.
Well, yeah, but I'm just trying to...
Yeah.
Can't be so... I'm trying to think outside the box here. All right? I'm trying to be creative. You're just like Mr. Rigid, right?
I'm having fun with this.
This is fun. We're tackling trans athletes in college.
I'm very curious about where we are. I mean, I don't want to just derail your idea of the through line for the pod.
There is no real through line.